Welcome, adventurers, to a journey back into time, the notorious pirate haven of Port Royal. I'm your host from Pirate Stories of the Golden Age. And in this captivating video, we're going to explore the thrilling pirate history that unfolded within the walls of the once infamous city. Port Royal, located on the southern coast of Jamaica, was a bustling hub of trade and debauchery. During the golden age of piracy, it was a place where pirate legends were born and tales of swashbuckling adventures echoed through the streets. As we step back into time, we find ourselves in the 17th century when Port Royal became a magnet for pirates, pirateers, and a manner of rogues seeking fortune and notoriety, known as the wickedness city on earth. Port Royal was a den of inquiry and hotbed of piracy. Port Royal was first occupied by Taino Indians. While it is unclear whether the Taino settled in that area or not, it is known that they used Port Royal during their fishing expeditions. During that time, Port Royal, called Caguray or Caguray, the Spanish colonization of Jamaica, brought this era under Spanish control. Although, like Taino before them, they did not have much use for it. In addition, Taino, named for this place, was also retained. Well, mateys, if you've been enjoying this story so far from the Pirates of the Golden Age, we be a newer channel, you see, and we would really appreciate the support from y'all. Our new crew members, as it were, please take a second to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Both of these things are free for you, and that would really float our boats here, if you know what I mean. Arr. In the 1654, an English expedition under Robert Venables and William Penn, the father of the William Penn founded Pennsylvania, was sent by Oliver Cromwell to capture the island of Hispaniola, present-day Haiti, from the Spanish, defeated by the Spanish and fearing to report their failure to Cromwell. Venables and Penn decided to head southwest to the poorly defended island of Jamaica. They succeeded in capturing the island, and a fort named Cromwell was built, around which the settlement of Port Caguay sprang up. When Charles II was restored to the English throne, the fort was renamed Fort Charles, and the settlement became Port Royal. Port Royal, as the area commanded a large and well-protected harbor, along with deep water close to the shore. Port Royal soon became the important trading center in the Caribbean. Due to its tremendous wealth, Port Royal required protection from the enemies of England, especially Spain, who may have thoughts of recapturing Jamaica. Thus, a form of legalized piracy was allowed, in which pirates were given letters of marque and reprisal, a government license authorizing privateers to attack and capture enemy vessels and bring them before admiralty courts for condemnation and sale. This effectively authorized their raids of Spanish ships. Due to its strategic positions in the trading routes between New World and Spain, Port Royal was a highly attractive place for pirates sought to become legalized privateers. One of the most famous and successful privateers was at Port Royal was Henry Morgan, who eventually became the lieutenant governor of Jamaica. The city's reputation for lawlessness and debauchery attracted some of the most infamous pirates of the era, including likes of Henry Morgan, Calico Jack, Rackmere, and Anne Bonny. Privateering officially sanctioned pirates against enemy nations also flourished in Port Royal. The English crown granted letters of marque to ship captains, allowing them to be legalizing attack and seize of enemy vessels. Port Royal became a hub for privateers who often blurred lines between piracy and legitimate warfare. These privateers, known as legal pirates, operated from Port Royal, bringing immense wealth and power to the city. Their daring exploits against Spanish treasure fleets and enemy ships elevated Port Royal's status as a pirate stronghold. The presence of these privateers and their Spanish booty encouraged the growth of other forms of business as well. Soon bars and brothels popped up all around the Port Royal where the privateers spent their treasures and indulged themselves. It has been claimed, for instance, that 1 in 4 buildings in Port Royal was either a bar or a brothel. The presence of these elements of society soon earned Port Royal the title the wickedest city on earth. Mateys, it seems you're still here, are enjoying the story. Pirates of the Golden Ages needs your help in the algorithm, as it were. And we really appreciate the support from y'all, our new crew members, as it were. Please take a second to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Both of these things are free for you, and that would really float our boats here, if you know what I mean. Not all pirates in Port Royal enjoyed a life of luxury and success. The authorities, under pressure from other nations, cracked down on piracy. Pirate trials were held, and the gallows became a chilling symbol of justice. Such infamous pirates met their fate in Port Royal, swinging from the hangman's noose. Despite the risks, the allure of Port Royal remained strong, and pirates, drawn by the promise of wealth, adventure, and a place where they could revel in lawlessness. Port Royal's glory days would soon come to an end when a massive earthquake and tsunami struck in 1692. As a result, much of the royal Port Royal was swallowed up by the sea. In the immediate aftermath of the earthquake, it was common to ascribe the destruction to divine retribution on the people of Port Royal for their sinful ways. Members of the Jamaican Council declared, "We are become by this instance of God Almighty severe judgment." Whilst there's some attempts to rebuild Port Royal in the following decades, it would never achieve its splendor it once had. Soon, its importance was overshadowed by the city of Kingston, the present capital of Jamaica. Today, Port Royal is a sleepy fishing village, perhaps similar to how it was during the days of Tanu. Nevertheless, the submerged remains of Port Royal are in excellent state of preservation, allowing archaeologists to study and learn more about the Port Royal and its pirates and privateers who lived during the 17th century. With the devastating earthquake of 1692, the city was almost completely destroyed, sinking a significant portion into the sea and claiming thousands of lives. The once thriving pirate haven was forgotten, forever changed. Today, Port Royal stands as a testimony to its tremendous past. The remnants of its pirate history can still be felt in ruins and artifacts that will be beneath the surface. The legacy of Port Royal has as pirate stronghold lives on in the annals of history. It serves as a reminder of the wild and lawless days of the golden age of piracy. Though it may have fallen from its former glory, Port Royal's pirate history continues to capture the imagination, inspiring countless tales, books, and movies. As we conclude our exploration of Port Royal's pirate history, we reflect on the daring exploits, notorious characters, and the spirit of adventure that once thrived within these walls. Join me in the next time when we continue our voyage into the captivating world of pirates. Fair winds and following seas, mateys. Well, mateys, that be the end of today's tale, but you know what to do. Go ahead and look below this video near Davy Jones' locker, as it were, and click the like button and the notification bell. You'll be a buccaneer if you do. Pirates of the Golden Age, we be a newer channel and would really appreciate your support from you all, our new crew members, as it were. Please take a second to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Both these things are free for you, and that would really float our boats here, if you know what I mean. Until next time, pirates of the salty days. See you next time.